Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boop-boo.
In Labasa, there lives a young woman who runs our CMC on Vanwa level. Her name is Lucille, and we had a chat last month, and here it is.
So, I'm sitting with Lucille Chute in Labasa. It's a little bit hot, but we hope for some rain later today. So, Lucille, you now manage the Labasa Community Media Center. How long have you been doing that?
Well, I started back in 2010, and then that's when we used to be with PCP, but then later on last year, maybe mid-2013, we moved to the St. Thomas Anglican Church compound, where it was me and Alice who started taking responsibility of the Labasa CMC, but then now it's just me and the other maybe 7 young girls. And yes, it has been challenging, but a good experience. I like it.
So in terms of how you got involved in FemLink and in what used to be Generation X and is now just a whole team of young women producers and broadcasters, how did you really get involved?
Well, it started out when my mother asked me if I wanted to do work with women in the community. First of all, I thought, it might be boring. But when I started the FemLink, then we were doing recording, which was something new for me, and I enjoyed it. And then came broadcast, and then it was even better, because I'd just be in a place where it's just me and talking to the mic. And the more that I stayed with FemLink, the more things came, and now we have our office here in Labasa, and I like it.
Okay, now you manage a whole lot of stuff, and it was your mother that got you involved. So who do you think are the most influential women, really, to you in your whole development as a young woman, and also, I guess, when it comes to the work you do? Is it your mom, but are there also other women in general?
Well, firstly it was my mother, since she taught me a lot with NGOs. I used to watch her when I was small, when I was a bit like in school and all. And then when I started working with FemLink, I saw Sharon as another role model, because she sees everybody equally, and so I also look up to her. And also the other women in our community, when they speak, I learn a lot from them, like every time. So yeah, there's a lot of them.
So now you manage the office, and I believe that's more or less full time. How is it, as a young woman especially, how is it trying to manage perhaps any other responsibilities you might have in the home, or, do you make time to hang out with friends? What's it like trying to balance life and the work that you do now?
Well, for me, because Labasa is like a bit slow, so I find everything smooth here. Like, I can come to work, I can also spend time with the gang at home. I can also be with my friends if I want, but then that'll mean leaving out one of the 3. So yeah, I still balance everything. Like, I can come to work, sometimes I can go out. I enjoy it, yeah.
Okay, now this is my special secret question that I've been asking, and I'm glad you haven't seen the other video. But really, whether or not you have a partner, what are some of the qualities that you would want that partner to have? Would you want them to be doing similar work that you do, for example, or would it not really matter and you would just want them to be supportive?
It really doesn't matter that they do the same thing as me. I just want the person to support me. Yeah, and because and I would also want my partner to know more of what I'm doing, as much as I would want to know what they feel like doing. Because if I want them to do something like that, it's like forcing them to. So all I want is just support them.
And I'm glad I forecasted rain because it's now raining, and it's going to be cool for the rest of the day, which is nice. And I guess this is my last question for you. When it comes to other young people and young women, what would you really say to them? Would you want them to be involved, or would you want them to use whatever their interests are? You know, if there are people that are wanting to do something similar to what you do, what would you say to them?
For me, I would say I would really encourage them that they take up our community working place like this, because for me it has empowered me as a young woman. Just last week there was a young girl that asked me about what I was doing. So I said, oh, we're young women producers and broadcasters, and we work with other women. And then she actually asked if she could, have an attachment here, because I was explaining so much about FemVid, and she was interested. And so I think I will encourage other young women to take part in being a producer and broadcaster.
Well, thank you, Lucille, for your time. I assume you must be very busy, and see you around.
Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them here on YouTube, you can tweet me, or you can go to Facebook pages for FemLink Pacific or FemVids. The links are all in the description. This has been another FemVid. Thanks for watching. I'm Sian Rolls.
Dum dum dum. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Subscribe. Subscribe. Ba 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 da 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 da. Thank you for watching a FemVid.